当然会私留一部给你，是要见你的本性。
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Yesterday was a bombshell day for those who have been following the Epstein files release or lack thereof. We finally got a massive treasure trove of brand new documents and evidence that is mind-blowing. Millions and millions of documents, videos, and photos, pretty much everything everyone has always wanted released. I think that people are still really going through the mountain of evidence released yesterday. Some huge names in there. Bill Gates is a big one. Jay-Z is in there, along with Hollywood directors, titans of industry, heads of state, Prince Andrew, some really scary and dark stuff there about Prince Andrew. But Elon Musk's name is something that surprised us because Elon Musk has regularly and often criticized Jeffrey Epstein and called for the release of all of the files, yet his name is in the files. And we covered this yesterday, saying that his name is in emails, they're real and authentic, emailing back and forth with Jeffrey Epstein. Elon Musk was emailing to try and find a time to meet, or vice versa. And Jeffrey Epstein was so desperate to meet Elon Musk, he said, I'll send a helicopter to come get you. You know, obviously Epstein had access to helicopters and private planes, private jets, and so on. They tried to coordinate a meeting back and forth, and you can see that in the documents and in the emails. We showed them to you yesterday. There's a series of exchanges right like this where they're both going back trying to find a time to schedule a meeting, but it always just doesn't work out. There's no physical evidence that Elon Musk ever met with Jeffrey Epstein. There's no physical evidence that Elon Musk ever went to any of Jeffrey Epstein's parties or his island or anything like that. However, the fact that they were emailing back and forth led a lot of people to suspect that maybe Elon was lying. And we said, well, what is Elon going to say about this? Because he's obviously always talked about Jeffrey Epstein, called for the release of the list at his lowest point with Trump. He said Trump's on the Epstein list. And lo and behold, here's Elon emailing Epstein. Well, what have we found out? We reported this yesterday. And Elon has now broken his silence on this. But we reported this yesterday, probably like very, very vicious Elon Musk hating reporter, journalist here at Politico, senior legal affairs reporter, went through all of the back and forth exchanges with Elon and with Epstein. And here's what he concluded. My takeaway from Elon Epstein exchanges is that actually Epstein repeatedly tried to get Elon to visit him. Elon kept blowing him off, saying that he was too busy. There's nothing in what I've seen that says they actually met, but a lot of unrequited asks from Epstein. Epstein was constantly asking Elon Musk to come visit him. Why wouldn't you do that? You've already destroyed and blackmailed the richest man on earth with Bill Gates. Why not go after the next richest man on earth, now the richest man on earth, Elon Musk? And so Elon Musk has finally broken effectively his silence on all of this in a long series of posts. I think we should start with this one. Elon Musk has always told the truth about his interactions with Jeffrey Epstein. In a 2019 interview, Elon said, he tried repeatedly to get me to visit his island. I declined. Okay. Well, that is what the emails show. Let's listen to what Elon has to say here. No one pushed harder than me to have the Epstein files released, and I'm glad that it finally happened. I had very little correspondence with Epstein and declined repeated invitations to go to his island or fly on his Lolita Express. But I'm well aware that the email correspondence with him could be misinterpreted and used by detractors to smear my name, which it has been done, by the way, even though there's nothing there. There's no evidence of anything there. Invitations to come to his island or his parties doesn't mean Elon did anything wrong. By the way, Epstein invited hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of people to these parties from all over. Anyway, I don't care about that. What I do care, says Elon Musk, is that at least in an attempt to prosecute those who committed serious crimes with Epstein, especially regarding hideous exploitation of underage girls. And, you know, there's plenty of that evidence out there. So let's go through some more of Elon's responses here. Here, Elon is quoting a post that says, Elon Musk has consistently been the loudest public voice demanding the release of the Epstein files. Okay. What matters most is not the release of some subset of Epstein files, but rather the prosecution of those who committed heinous crimes with Epstein. When there is at least one arrest, some justice has been done. If not, it'll all be performative, nothing but a distraction. Okay, here we go. Here are obviously, as we said, there's a bunch of bad faith attempts to try and say that Elon Musk committed some type of crime with Epstein, or the fact that his name appears here means that he's done something horrible. Here we go. Here's Elon's response. I have never been to any Epstein parties ever, and have many times called for the prosecution of those who committed crimes with Epstein. The acid test for justice is not the release of the files, but rather the prosecution of those who committed heinous crimes with Epstein. Yeah. The released evidence invalidates the claim, actually, that Elon Musk committed any crimes. Still remains true. More squirrels than raccoons have been arrested. They arrested Peanut. Okay. Before the Epstein list. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Elon Musk. I think the public will rightly frustrated that nobody is being prosecuted for the Epstein list. If no prosecutions emerge, that'll be proof that the institutions are a sham and no longer serve the public good. Yes, says Elon Musk. That's right. I mean, there's plenty of emails that show that Epstein, at the very least, had very close ties to the federal government, to multiple federal governments, to the intelligence communities. And so does this show a protection racket? Here we go. Ask Reid Hoffman should be in prison, and many others, says Elon Musk. Maybe Bill Gates, obviously. Yeah. Elon being attacked for having his name in the Epstein files is completely absurd because the files actually show he never attended Epstein parties. The documents do not incriminate him at all. They exonerate him. Correct, says Elon Musk. No one pushed harder than Elon Musk to have the Epstein files released. 100%. So this is Elon responding over the last couple of hours about all this. No one has been more vocal about the Epstein file release. Absolutely. They're desperate to make Elon Musk look bad. He's been consistently calling out the wrongdoers. Why is that? It seems strange that Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison and her clients are not. That is the key question. Epstein and Maxwell were sent to prison for running an underage sex traffic ring. Prosecute the clients until we see at least the one client arrested. Partial release of the files means absolutely nothing. This grave injustice must be addressed. So we arrested the guy who owned the sex island, and we arrested the woman who brought the children to the sex island, but we haven't arrested the clients who paid to rape children on the sex island. Grave injustice must be addressed, says Elon Musk. So Elon has been going off on X. There's much more to these files that has not been released, says Elon Musk. Yep. For those of you who don't know, Elon Musk is the primary reason the Epstein files are finally public. Elon championed the America Party with the goal of releasing the files. 3 million pages of the DOJ are now public. Elon is the one who demanded the prosecution of the criminals. And Elon says exactly. Claiming a lot of credit for this. Right. Politics is incredibly tribal. Those in one tribe can only see the bad in the other. Yeah. That's right. All of these good things. This is a user posting all of the things that Elon's done to save civilization. Elon and I have had our disagreements, but I can tell you with certainty that he never did anything bad in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. I've reviewed thousands of the documents, had phone conversations with dozens of people. Epstein tried very hard to lure him in, and it failed. Smartest man in the world. For real. So go ahead and listen to what Elon Musk says. He names 2 billionaires in his commentary with Tucker Carlson who should be prosecuted and investigated to the fullest, and they're not. They're both named in the files. I mean, really partially, honestly. Here you go. Here's Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk talking about the Epstein list over a year ago.
I think part of why Kamala is getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
And Gates. Ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah.
24 years ago.
Does he seem nervous to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified of a Trump victory.
Because of the disclosure that would follow?
I think, yeah, I mean, I think he's certainly ideologically not aligned with Trump anyway, but I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation.